Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and dreamers of all ages, welcome to the Disney Countdown Show.
Remain seated, please. Permanecer sentados, por favor.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Disney Countdown Show. Y'all, it is now getting pretty close to Halloween time, so it's only fitting that we start talking about more spookier subjects, a little more villainous subjects. So for this episode and for the next episode, we are going to be breaking down our top favorite villains. Now, previously, we have talked about our favorite villain songs and soundtracks, but this time we are talking specifically about the villains, about their character, and just how sinister they are. So make sure you're following along. And another place that you need to be following us is over on the socials. But let me introduce myself first. I am the Dapper Danielle, and I am joined by the ever so magical Megan, the magical millennial. How you doing, babe?
Hello, doing good. You know, it's Monday. The week's starting off a little slow. I didn't know. Is today a holiday? Do we even know anymore? Because I was driving around today and traffic was acting like, no, it was not a holiday. It's same old regular stuff. Okay, so
right.
I was stuck in traffic for over 3 hours today. Super fun.
What?
Coming back from LA. Oh, yeah. She did not let up one bit, even though it was, I guess, again, a holiday. So fun stuff. But you know what? We're doing okay. Got my water right here, staying hydrated. And I am definitely ready because tis the season, y'all, to count down our top 10 Disney villains. This is going to be fun.
Oh, it'll be good. I think what's funny is also, y'all, so not only are we recording this on a holiday, but because of my schedule, because of Megan's schedule, we're kind of recording this one really late in the evening. This is like 11:20 p.m. my time over here in Florida. And so that means it's what, 11:25 or 8:25 over there in California, right?
That is correct. Yes.
See, right now I'm in like peak performance Danielle of like, let's go. I'm the night owl. Woo. And Megan, are you doing okay? Are you doing good?
I'm doing fine. It's been a long day. I have yet to eat dinner, so I'm gonna power through and talk villains and talk Disney, and then I'm gonna treat myself to a nice dinner that my husband made. So we'll be just fine. Yeah. Oh, he's a great
Fabulous.
cook. Yeah, he's wonderful.
See, that's awesome. When you have a man that can cook, brownie
I know,
points.
I got lucky. I
Brownie
know.
points.
True.
But
Very
again,
true.
y'all, so I'm the Dapper Danielle, Megan, the magical millennial _, and then our socials for the show is going to be Disney Countdown Show on Instagram, TikTok, and Threads, and Pod Disney over on the Twitter/X. And some of you are watching these full episodes over on YouTube, or you're watching our faces also over on Spotify. So, hey.
Not anymore.
Oh, not anymore. That's right.
We
That
are
changed.
just on YouTube. Yes. You
Just
can
on
only see our
YouTube.
smiling faces while we chat on the YouTube now. So youtube.com/countdown network is where you can find us. Hello.
Hello. But you know what? We also have a lot of people are tuning in right now to our live recording, and they're part of our Patreon family. And so that's how they're seeing our beautiful faces. So hello, Patreon fam. We're so glad you're here. Thank you for interacting with us over here in the chat. And somebody mentioned our backgrounds, Megan. They're slowly coming together compared to how when we first moved and they were completely empty. Now they're really coming into their own, having a little more character to them. So thank y'all for noticing. I appreciate it.
Thank you. I know we both moved around the same time to new apartments, which is really interesting
Right.
at the beginning of this season. So yeah, they're coming together, y'all. I'm trying to put some artwork right behind me right here. You can't see it as you're listening to us, but there's going to be some artwork right smack dab on that wall. I promise.
Ooh.
It's just now it's slightly to the left over here. I got two Kincaids sitting up on the other side.
Slowly but surely, it's going to get there eventually.
We'll get there. We're trying. I am leaving for Hawaii I'm calling it a pre-moon in a couple days. So after I get back, we'll get to the house stuff. Chores for later. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's exciting, though. I'm excited for y'all's trip to Hawaii. I think that'll be so relaxing.
It's going to be fun. I'm very excited to get to do Aulani. We'll get into it in a second, but I am I'm very much looking forward to it. But we do appreciate you listening in. We also appreciate you guys rating and reviewing the show. It does help us get out to, get the word out to more people and just to let us know how y'all are liking our countdown. So if you prefer, you can review us on Apple, and then you can also DM us your reviews on Instagram. We also have an email, disneycountdownshow@gmail.com. But we do have some reviews to read today. Danielle, if you don't mind me starting off with this first one.
Yeah, go for it. This one's a long one. Wow.
This is via Apple, and this is J Elizabeth 22 says, bringing the magic to everyone with 5 stars. All right, here we go. I absolutely love this show. Megan and Danielle are so wonderful to listen to. I love how they share their Disney opinions without knocking down anyone else's, even with their strong opinions. Yes, indeed. Thank you.
Yeah, dude. We got some strong ones, but
Sometimes
we are very
do.
evenly balanced here. We will listen to you and we will judge you silently. It's fine.
Okay.
Well, I'll make noises, but that's okay. Continue.
It's okay. Oh, they have a way of making the podcast feel like a safe space with old friends, full of laughter and fun. More often than not, I finish an episode wanting to rewatch a movie. Sometimes movies I thought I didn't like, but they had me going back on that opinion. I found them both individually while searching for Disney content on TikTok, looking for healthier content that is focused on the good things in life. That led me to this podcast. They have brought me so much joy in their ratatouilles and reminders of the most magical moments in my childhood. If you're looking for a Disney podcast that brings the magic, nostalgia, and current Disney news, this is it. Thank you, Danielle and Megan, for bringing Disney magic back to my day-to-day life. That's so sweet. J. Elizabeth, thank you so, so much. That is very, very kind. We do try to... Again, we try to keep it positive, try to keep it light. Disney is all about the magic. So I appreciate you saying that. Very kind.
You know what? And again, I just want to know the statistics. Somebody over that works over there in the streaming services side. I know one of you does. When me and Megan talk about something like maybe something from the 90s or our childhood, it's on Disney Plus, and we'll go tell you, hey, go watch this thing. Mm-hmm. We want to know, is there an increase after that episode releases? Are we really helping you out? This is really questions I have.
Probably.
And then they're going to be, so then that way when they're looking at the data and they're just like, why is all of a sudden somebody watching Home on the Range? Danielle talked about it. That makes sense.
Definitely Home on the Range, and The Rocketeer probably at one point.
Oh, that's true. That's true. All good things. Yes.
Yeah.
Well, we have another one. This one was sent to us through our fan messages over on Instagram. This is Liberty James. And it says, love your podcast. Would love to have Blake on as a guest and count down 10 favorite pin sets, as well as tips for pin trading. Pins might be harder to describe since pins are a visual item, but would be fun to hear all the different themes, or maybe just 5 favorite things to collect: munchlings, pins, spirit jerseys, etc.
That's a good idea. Top collectible items. I love that. We did have Blake on, I believe this was our first season, Danielle, which was technically season 2 of the Disney Countdown show.
Right.
And
what did we talk about?
It was oh my gosh. It was his top 5. Oh man.
It
Producer
feels
Danny,
like a millennia
if you can
ago.
remember it off the top of your head, that'd be great. I can't remember it. My brain's not braining right now.
My brain is not braining yet either.
It was a while ago. It was last year, over a year ago now. I think he was on, and he was one of our first guests.
But was it about collectibles though?
No, it was definitely something more generically Disney. I feel like I don't know if it was characters or. But he was on. We could definitely have him on again. I mean, Blake is such a wonderful friend, and I'm sure he would love to join us and chat for a bit. And I do like that idea of top 5 collectible items. I think that'd be fun.
April saying maybe it was sidekicks.
It could have been sidekicks.
Pooh Bear characters kind of went into that.
Yeah, he did he put Timon and Pumbaa in his? I feel like he did.
Yes.
Yes, he did. No, you're absolutely right. That is correct. It was sidekicks. Mm-hmm.
Thank you. See, this is why the Patreon family hangs out with us, because they help us remind.
They give us the answers when we're searching for them.
Appreciate y'all. Thank you so much.
Yes, yeah. But we'll see. We'll chat. We'll talk to Blake again. I'll reach out. See if you'd like to be on.
Yes. And Blake just broke 1 million followers over on TikTok. Congratulations, our friend.
Congrats, Blake. That's huge. So excited for him.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Well, this next one is from Christopher on Instagram saying, I love Love this show. Have listened for a while and am always entertained. Thank you both for spreading the Disney love. I would love to hear what's on your Disney bucket list. What are some things you've never gotten to experience that you want to, parentheses, and hopefully can soon? Well, I know, and I am going to speak for the Dapper Danielle and myself on this one. We both need to do a Disney cruise. That's near top 3 of our list for sure. And
Yes.
I would also love to go back to Tokyo and do
Same.
the China parks because I haven't done those yet. So those
Same.
3 are definitely on my bucket list. Other than that, Danielle, do you have any more that you would like to add?
I need to go on the Disneyland train tour.
The tour.
I need
yes,
to take
yes.
you to Hoop-de-Doo.
Oh yeah, we're doing that in the next couple weeks here.
Well, we got to make a reservation. We'll talk about that later after we're done with the episode, but we got to make the resi.
Okay,
And then,
we could do that.
And then I have other plans too, because I took mom and dad Ratatouille in the middle of the episode that y'all probably don't care about, but I'm going to tell you anyway. Mom and dad, I took them to Beaches and Cream, which you also have not been to yet, Megan, right?
No. Mm-hmm.
So Beaches and Cream sells the kitchen sink, which is like 14 different flavors of ice cream. It comes in a literal sink.
Mm-hmm.
And we need to get a gang together while you're here to even just go get ice cream and just go get the kitchen sink all together. I think that would be amazing.
I'm down. I love me some ice cream for sure. We can totally do that. Gather a big group of people and do that for sure. And now, of course, I'm like thinking there's tons more bucket list items I have. I do want to do 21 Royal. The fine dining experience above Pirates of the Caribbean over Disneyland.
Yeah.
There are things that are completely out of my control, such as stay in the Cinderella suite, because you have to either win that or I think you just have to win it somehow.
I love how you hosted the contest for that and you didn't get to go.
No. I post the content. I have no way of getting in there. It's just the winner. So
and you're like,
which is fine. Fam. I'm fine. It's probably never going to happen in my lifetime, and it's totally fine. But yeah, there's so many other things. I've never stayed at the Grand Californian Hotel. I'd love to do a staycation there. I think that'd be really nice.
You can stay at Wilderness Lodge and it's almost the same thing. Sorry, y'all. I didn't mean to offend anybody.
No, I'm not offended. I saw a room at Grand Californian. I stayed at Wilderness Lodge when I was 9. And so I remember the pool pretty well and the room, and it was fun.
Yeah.
We had a good time. Oh yeah. So,
That's
but yeah,
good.
bucket list is a good one. Thank you, Christopher.
Ooh, okay. We do have one more over here, and this one is from Kayla Joe on Instagram, and it says, just listen to your latest countdown on your 6 through 10 top covers of Disney songs. I've been listening to it throughout the week, so I'm sorry if my pregnancy brain missed that this artist was already on your list. You guys should definitely check out Jonathan Young. He has so many metal Disney covers. I especially love his version of Do You Want to Build a Snowman? I think I've heard him before.
Yeah.
But I have definitely seen his stuff, and it was like in between him and the other guy that I mentioned. Like they had some very similar songs. I was like, okay, which one has a better bass drop? Okay, this one has a little bit better. And that's why I think one won over the other.
Yes.
Yes, I will have to investigate.
I think I know. I think I've seen Jonathan Young's videos on TikTok, I think.
Probably.
Yeah. But yes, some metal Disney covers. Yeah, Danielle opened our eyes to her music preferences those 2 episodes, and it was fantastic. I was just in awe. So,
again, I just want to know the statistics. Like somebody over in Apple Music or somewhere over on the streaming platforms, just let us know. How did all of a sudden these songs get a couple more listens just out of the blue? Oh, it's because we talked about it on the podcast. That's all I want to know.
Be good to see. Market research.
It would.
Oh man, but yes, we did mention that we have our live Patreon fam here in the chat with us, watching us record this live, and we actually have some new Patreons that have joined the family. It's Kylie, Amanda, Courtney, Tammy, and Ashley. Welcome everyone. Thank you so much for joining and for being part of the magic. We do appreciate it. We have so much fun over on the Patreon. This is now kind of the only way for you to see our bonus episodes and to get the extra features that we have for the Disney Countdown show. They used to be Spotify. We have moved on from Spotify. So if you want to get it, if you want to listen to our bonus episodes, if you want to join like the Discord fam, if you want to be part of the giveaways, come and join us in the live chat, do our virtual hangs every month, be part of our giveaways. That would be all on the Patreon. So it's basically like you get the bonus episodes. If you were a Spotify subscriber, you get the bonus episodes and all this extra stuff for the exact same price. So it's nothing extra to you, but you just get more because we have more for you on the Patreon. So we do have that link in our episode notes, and you can also search Disney Countdown Show on patreon.com if you're interested.
And I mean, y'all, Spotify didn't do anything wrong. Let me just say that.
No, they didn't do anything wrong.
We didn't argue. It was mutual. Actually, it's some really exciting and fun stuff happening for the podcast. And we have a new hosting platform that has decided, hey, we want to help buy your catalog and we want to do all this other cool stuff with you. So that means like we're becoming legit, y'all. This is really exciting.
We are kind of we're moving forward, everyone, moving onward and upward as they say, and it's very exciting. Yes. So all good things, all good things.
All good things, all good things.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, we just talking about you.
We just talking about you. We just had a spooky double feature over on the I think it was on the Discord last weekend. Hocus Pocus and Tower of Terror. We did we do movie nights. It's just a lot of fun. So.
I was so angry I missed out again.
I am too.
On that one.
I am too. Yeah. I went too late at the parks. I know. It looked really fun. So sorry to miss it once again. But you can always just come on in and join. And I'm sure we're going to have hopefully a similar thing for the holidays, which are coming up pretty soon. So yeah, it's a good time, everyone.
Love it.
But Danielle, how are you doing over there on the East Coast? You asked me how I was doing, and I didn't reciprocate, and I feel bad. So how are you doing over there post Hurricane Milton?
Oh, that's true. So that's right. People, unless they're listening to the bonus episode, they didn't hear me talk about post Milton. Mm-hmm. But it was good. Kevin started acting up again.
Oh, Kevin.
To the point where some of y'all were listening and you were on live stream with me on TikTok because I was like, okay, I was too nervous. I couldn't go to bed. The storm's coming through. Frickin' Milton decided to sit out in the middle of the Gulf because number one, when I am nervous, I'll also just bake and cook and do things as I wait for things. Right.
Yeah.
So I made enough enchiladas for a family of 5 and I made brownies. And I even made yaki onigiri, which is fried onigiri. Don't ask me how I did it, but I did it. And
that's amazing.
I'm making all these things as if Milton is a house guest that is going to be coming over and I'm just waiting for him to show up. And he did. He left his stapler. Megan, have you ever heard of the I-4 eyesore?
I-4 eyesore. Yes, I have.
Right? It was a trending audio there for a little while. It's this vacant building that's been here for years. Mm-hmm. And you know what? It looks like a stapler. Milton didn't take the freaking stapler with him. He left it in Orlando untouched, unscathed, just hanging out there. And I'm personally offended by it. So,
of course. Yes.
I guess Florida's doing okay. We're slowly getting back to a new sense of normal. Our friends over in Tampa, Bradenton, the whole northeast, southwest of Florida. We are always thinking about you. And I'm in contact with a couple of people, ran into some people that were still here in Orlando and we're actually hanging out in Disney Springs. They were like, we just had to get out. We went in and checked in with the house. There's only so much we can do. And now we just wait because we're waiting still for power to come back on. We're still waiting for X, Y, and Z to happen. And they're like, so we found a really cheap room. There was a room rate that dropped all of a sudden and we came up here. I'm like, that's fantastic.
That's good.
Welcome. Go get yourself a drink at the margarita bar and enjoy.
Right.
And that's what they were doing. They did.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I tried to keep up with everything that was going on and how people were preparing and, getting to safety. So I'm glad to hear that. I think the overall consensus is that it wasn't as bad. It did, hurt the coastline a little bit for sure, but as a Cat 3 hurricane would. But it
But it
wasn't.
could have been way
it
worse.
could have
and
been
that's
way
what
worse.
that's what was
Right,
forecasted
right,
at.
right. And I'm not trying to downplay any of the damage. I'm so sorry to anyone who experienced any of that to their homes or any structures around them. I did see the Tampa Bay Rays stadium roof being torn off. That was crazy.
Yeah.
That looked very apocalyptic following the storm. So yeah. So I again hoping everyone's doing okay, and yeah, just hope the recovery process is going smoothly for everyone over there. So
Oh,
and
Jeffrey's in the chat. Okay, so
Is Jeffrey here?
Jeffrey, I met
Oh,
at
yeah, Jeffrey.
All Star,
mm-hmm,
right? And I mentioned him in the bonus
Yes.
episode.
Yes, I remember you talking about Jeffrey. Yes, hi Jeffrey.
Right. One of our Patreon members, and Jeffrey just wrote, Danielle was very encouraging about staying there last week. Thanks for chatting with me when I met ya, and ended up staying and writing it out. Because Jeffrey and his family were deciding, because Jeffrey, correct me if I'm wrong, y'all are from North Florida or closer to Alabama line. And they were going to try to drive taking that highway up there, but it was completely blocked with people that were trying to evac. And so I talked to Jeffrey and I was like, dude, no, like just stay and ride it out. You still have multiple days. You're here for multiple days, even after the hurricane passes.
Yeah.
You guys are just going to be hanging out in a hotel room or just at home waiting for it anyway. Just hang out at Disney World and just be safer here. Don't worry about highway traffic. Don't worry about gas. Just stay here at Disney World. And that's what happened.
And he's
Mississippi.
Biloxi, Mississippi.
But you would have had to travel up that way with everybody else that was trying to get out.
Yeah, and I heard about that traffic. Whew, that was brutal. Dang.
Oh yeah.
Okay, well, Jeffrey, good. I'm glad that you were able to sit and write it out, and again that everything worked out for you. So yay. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, hi Jeffrey. We did talk about you in the bonus episode. Hello, glad that you're here.
Jeffrey's gonna be like, "What? I have to go back and listen to that one."
Like, what? Really? Awesome. Well, I mean, gosh, it's been a busy one over on the West Coast. Just lots of stuff going on. I ended up taking a quote unquote mental health day at the parks, which is something that I've been wanting to do for a hot second. Is just go to the parks, turn my phone off, put it away for however many hours until I left the parks, essentially, which was interesting because you do need your phone to get into the park, everybody. I relied on my friend to do that. It was Eric Beats the Appetite. He had my ticket on his phone, so he was able to do that for me. Didn't order very much food, to be honest, because I just didn't want to, I get a Magic Key discount with the food. But we just kind of hung out, did like Jungle Cruise and talked to a bunch of people, and it was great. It was nice to just not look at my phone. I will say I didn't realize how much I do it just naturally. It's like a jerk reaction to bring out my phone when I'm like not talking to someone or I'm walking somewhere. This might be TMI, but in the bathroom, like, let's be real. I just pull out my phone, and I didn't do it for 6 or 7 hours, and it was really, really nice. And I've been wanting to do it for a while. I probably will do it again at some point, just because I've been making content, having my phone out, recording things at the parks for over 3 years now. And it was just nice to have a little bit of time not to do that and not to worry about that. So yeah, if it's kind of nice to let moments be moments sometimes and just be present. So I do recommend it if you ever get the opportunity to do so. Again, I think you can have your phone out for your Magic Key discount, but everything else, I didn't check social media. I did worry though that someone was like calling me. And, that was, it might've been an emergency. So luckily everything was fine there. But that's what I did on, oh gosh, this is what I did yesterday. That was yesterday.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So the 13th
that was my
when we're
park visit lately.
recording this. Yeah, that's so exciting. Y'all, it's very fascinating. And our producer, Danny, can attest to this, that when me and Megan are together, the way that we film content is also very different. Even though we do stuff that's very, very similar, It is very different. I don't know how Megan batches half of her stuff. It is amazing and miraculous to watch. Where I get too distracted with sidebars, and I'm like, "What do you mean, squirrel?" And so I have to be a little more focused on it, and I have to be a little more intentional when I do it. I'm amazed to see Megan work, but she's constantly doing it. So when she said I turned off my phone, I jumped on her live stream. Like as soon as she turned it on and she was live streaming the fireworks, I was like, "What you doing?" And she's like, "I just turned off my phone." I'm like, "Congratulations. It's amazing."
I whipped out my phone after like, again, 7 hours, and I ended up going live just for a little bit because I don't know. I was like, why not? Hey, I haven't been on TikTok in 7 hours. Let's just go live. But yeah, it was a good time. It was very fun. Nice to stay present for a bit and just
you would
enjoy
be amused, Megan.
Yeah.
So as I was saying that I was live streaming during the hurricane, right?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I opened up the captions, right? And I was looking at the title, and the caption said, because it says what your last thing was.
Yes.
The last thing was Halloween fireworks from 2023.
Oh, no way.
It had been over a year since I opened up TikTok to do a live stream.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy. And that was so close because you and I did a dual live one time to prepare for our first season of this show last year. So that was very close to that.
That's bonkers.
Isn't that wild? Yeah.
Yeah, it made sense because everybody's like, "What? Danielle's live? This is crazy during a hurricane, even weirder." And I was like, "Yeah," and I didn't realize how much of a rare occurrence this was, and that's why.
It is, and I do get the occasional like, "Oh my gosh, you're live?" I'm like, yeah, sometimes I do that.
We have other friends that are the live streamers regularly. We let them do that.
Yes, that's true. We let our friends take over, and they do a great job. Sometimes Danielle and I we are the video content creators. You know what I mean? Live streams are a whole different beast. So we like to create the content, post it, and then back off for a second.
And we'll jump in every once in a while and check in on stuff.
Every once in a while, definitely, responding to comments and chatting. But yeah, live streams are just a little bit different. But it's fun. We do it from time to time.
Megan.
Yes.
So back it up. Did you see... So on the live stream, you actually mentioned that you are going to be coming down here to Disney World. We've kind of talked about it in the earlier podcast.
Yes.
So it is official. You will be here during the last months of Dino Land.
Yes, that's correct.
So the day that we're filming this podcast, Dino Land has officially announced their closing date is going to be January 13th of 2025. So if you all are coming down here for the holiday season, go say your goodbyes to Dr. Seeker, go say goodbye to Dino Land, and RIP. This was something that was debated after D23 because everybody was like, oh, they're saying like fall time. Is this going to be before the holidays? They are officially waiting to the very end of the holidays.
They are. Yes. Which I had a feeling that was going to be the case. And I think you mentioned that too, Danielle. I think you said they were going to wait until early 2025.
Because everybody else was saying like, oh, wait, they're going to do this, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, no, that's not financially smart, number one. And number two, it just makes more sense to do it in January when the park's not as busy.
Yeah.
And then start it.
Absolutely. And I agree. I think that's a good time for them to, really get into gear in building the tropical Americas over there. Because, y'all, I know Dino Land has a nostalgic feel to it. Everyone's got a sentimental tie to it somehow, especially like millennials and those who are a little bit older. It looks like they built it yesterday. I'm sorry. It doesn't look great. It's a little bit of an eyesore. So I'm very excited for Tropical Americas. I understand that Dinosaur has its big old fan base, but Dinosaur itself will stick around for longer. If I'm correct in saying that, Danielle, they're keeping that around for a little bit longer. It's that side with the Triceratops spin and everything else over there that is going to be closed and likely demolished around January 13th. Yeah.
Here, I'm going to double check it actually. Let's see. What's the actual... Yeah, it's just called Dinosaur.
Yes.
As I'm like...
because I saw the post about it, and they were saying that the spin and a couple the pin shop, the with the, oh my god, what's it called?
Chester and Hester's. That
Chester and
will be
Hester's,
officially closing.
That's closing too. And then one more thing, but I didn't see Dinosaur on the list. And then below it, it was like, oh, Dinosaur's gonna stick around till later 2025.
Right.
So, yeah. Which is
so we'll see, y'all.
good
I mean,
for
it's
Dino
smart that they're
fans.
doing it in waves. Like,
I think it is smart too. Yeah.
do what you got to do. Like, we understand. Well, we're just going to, and I'm glad that they went ahead and announced it with a couple months in advance. So that way people can go ahead and start the mourning process.
They did. Yes.
And the other thing that came out at this time too was Big Thunder Mountain. Did you see this here at Walt Disney World?
I just saw that a couple hours ago, that Big Thunder is going to be closed for like a year.
Right. So if y'all didn't know this, because I was seeing the Dino Land stuff. I didn't even know that Big Thunder was closing until we were getting ready to talk about it on the podcast. But it's going to be closing January 6th. So also after the holiday season, from 2025 until an unknown time in 2026.
It's getting a track upgrade.
Which, like, it needs it.
It does. We got a track upgrade over a decade ago for our Big Thunder. So you guys,
right?
Definitely, been a long time coming.
We had a queue update at the same time in 2012, but I don't know when the last time was that we had a track update. And I was telling Danny before we started, I'm like, if they're going to start any kind of construction at Tom Sawyer's Island, it makes sense to go ahead and fix Big Thunder at the same time, because if you're shifting earth, if you're shifting stuff around and you're removing water from that dominant area, probably best to go ahead and close it anyway.
Yeah. Absolutely. And yeah, when we say a track update, meaning they are tearing out this track and putting in a new one. They're right, starting from scratch in terms of the track for Big Thunder. So
the ride itself will not be changing. We're trying to remove some jerkiness. We're trying to make it a little more smoother,
like ours. Yeah.
Right, exactly. And we're hoping, I think the main thing that the Disney World people are hoping is that they'll bring in some of the effects and some of the like projections that Disneyland has in their like mining car and stuff.
Yes, indeed. Which is exciting for you guys. It's really cool. Yeah. I do like Big Thunder, but I do love updated rides. So just got to wait a whole year. No big deal.
Wow.
And BD. Well, with that, Danielle, shall we get into some more Disney news?
Yes.
We interrupt our program to bring you this
Disney news.
Well, if you've been keeping up with the socials at all over what's happening on the West Coast, you probably saw a lot in the last week or so here. Number one, that a Paint the Night parade teaser came out. Disney Parks and Disneyland posted it was the Mack truck from Paint the Night, and with when can we do this again? So Paint the Night is returning to Disneyland. It's undisclosed dates, but I have a feeling this is for the 70th anniversary of Disneyland Park.
Oh yeah.
And I probably will start in the January to February time zone. And it's very exciting because if you are a Disneyland person, if you're a Magic Key holder, what have you, you have been asking for Paint the Night to return for many, many years. And it is probably the most popular parade outside of the Main Street Electrical Parade. It's very, very good.
It's popular enough that the Disney World people know about it. Have we ever seen it before? No, but we know all about it. And I'm excited. I will be making a special trip over to Disneyland. I mean, not only for that, but also for like the Walt Disney animatronic. It'll be a whole thing. It's going to be a lot. So already planning that in advance.
Yep.
But
very exciting.
Funny, Megan. I don't know if you saw this, but a cast member or somebody that was a friend of a cast member started leaking the information that Paint the Night was coming back, and nobody believed them.
I know. Nobody. It didn't go anywhere because people did not believe them. I saw that.
I only saw it because people were tagging me, asking me if this is true, and I'm like, number one, I don't even go there. Why are you asking me? Which I probably would if it was something that crazy. But then they announced the pass change prices, and then some of the stars started to align. I was like, oh, maybe they're telling the truth. And then they announced it. I was like, oh my goodness, they were telling the truth. That's crazy.
Yeah. It's classic Disney strategy.
They do it every
raise
time.
the prices on everything, and then you bring some good news in for to soften the blow, I guess. Because paint the night's a big deal for Disneyland Park, and we do have a very special anniversary coming up. So there it is. They're bringing it back. Which is very exciting. And then we also have our first ever Magic Key preview for an attraction, which is Tiana's Bayou Adventure, starting on October 21st. That's in 1 week. So but by the time this episode airs, it'll already be the first day of the previews. I will sadly not be there for the first couple of days because I will be on the island of Oahu, which is fine. I'm assuming it's going to be nearly the exact same thing as it is over in Magic Kingdom. Our queue is going to be a little different from what I have seen. The walls are down. You can now see almost the entire exterior of the attraction, which is really exciting. It looks very pretty. I'll be going over there on Wednesday to check it out. And so Magic Key previews are happening. It's interesting the way they're doing it right now, just because it's only from 3 to 9 p.m. every day on select days, and from what I understand, they are in combination with the cast member previews as well. Virtual queue only. It is very interesting. I don't really know, because both virtual queues are going to open 7 a.m. and noon, but I'm like, well, how is noon going to work? Because it doesn't start till 3. You're not. I'm very confused about that.
I think what they're trying to do is they're trying to avoid the craziness of the ride keep breaking down here in Disney World, and they're just trying to ease into it a little bit more, and that's why they're breaking up the amount of people and when it's happening so much.
Yeah, I get that. There's quite a few days that you can go and preview the ride as well, but it'll be interesting. We'll see how it all goes. I have a reservation for the 26th. That's the first day I can go and try to get in the virtual queue. But yeah, it's all very exciting. We haven't had an annual pass holder or Magic Key preview in over a decade, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong, everybody. I don't remember there being a Radiator Springs Racers preview. Because I've been an annual pass holder.
There was a cast member one, but that was it.
Yeah, I the only preview I remember doing is for Tower of Terror in 2005.
Wow.
So yeah, correct me if I am wrong. There might have been one for Bugs Land. I don't know. I really don't know. So yeah, very exciting stuff. We're trying to catch up with you guys over there in World. Oh, and then speaking of Tiana's, the opening date was announced for Lewis's Critter Club, which is the new store at the exit of Tiana's right next to Pooh Corner. And that is going to open 2 days before the ride. So November 13th, that's a Wednesday. And so you'll get to see the store before the ride officially opens to the public on November 15th. Very exciting.
I mean, that's
Looks very
smart.
Cute. It is. Go get your merch. Go get your souvenirs. Yeah.
Go get that out of the way. Even if you can't get on the ride, go buy something.
Go
Disney's fine with that.
Go buy our stuff. Go buy the merch. Yes. So, all very exciting stuff happening on the West Coast. And I am assuming we'll get more news and more stuff as 2025 nears, because again, that is Disneyland's 70th anniversary year.
So more to come, y'all. But that'll be closer to like the Christmas episodes. We'll wait until then. We're focusing back on the Halloween episodes.
We're keeping Halloween for now. Yes.
Yeah, and speaking of Halloween, since our favorite producer Chris is not available for us, we do have our other favorite producer, Danny, is going to be here to bring in the Halloween spooky season with a villainous type game. Danny, what kind of game do you have for us today?
First of all, I have a bone to pick. You called me your second favorite producer? Listen, Linda.
I think she said other.
No,
I don't think. Did she say second?
Chris will edit this. Chris, can you go back to the first take that Daniel did of this?
Well, he's going to do the first take because he said he's the favorite, so that's why he's going to use that one anyway.
He's actually going to slow it down and be like, my favorite.
Since our favorite producer, Chris, is not available for us, we do have also our second favorite producer. Gotta keep Chris happy. He's the one that makes us sound good.
That's true.
I mean, you do a lot of the other stuff,
I'm just the one who co-founded the network. Big deal.
NBD.
Started the show.
Fine.
Trying to find sponsors. The one who goes out and gets the Funko Pops
is literally the reason that we're here.
It's all good.
I guess you're pretty cool.
But guys, I don't need any compliments. I don't need any compliments at all.
Not at all.
No,
okay. I still am trying to find it, y'all. If anybody can help me with that, real quick side note. If you watched The Muppets, which was the kind of like the Office spinoff on ABC, the TV show, Kermit has a mug that says world's best producer or something like that. I want a picture of Kermit holding that mug on a mug to give to Danny.
Oh
so
my gosh,
great.
I
that
need
would be
help
epic.
finding that.
That's great.
If you get that for me, I promise you I will put it on the set for Christmas Countdown show this season. Promise.
Yes.
You have my word.
Yes.
And speaking of, actually, I'll do a quick little plug. So the day that this episode comes out is going to be the day that our season 4 premiere episode comes out as well for Christmas Countdown show.
Christmas Countdown.
So it's happening. The holiday season is here. We are refusing to accept that Halloween is in 10 days. We're focused on Christmas. But we're really excited for that. And our first countdown is going to be top 10 Christmas movie soundtracks of all time.
Ooh.
That's good. That's good.
I'm going to give a little spoiler here. The Muppets are in my countdown in some way. At some
It's
spot.
only fitting. That makes sense.
Doesn't it make sense? I'm not going to say any more than that.
Obviously.
But if you
already
love the
know.
Muppets, you're going to need to tune into that
from
countdown.
Muppet Christmas Carol. We already know
Oh my
that.
gosh.
I mean, they only did one Christmas movie, right? As far as we know.
But they have multiple Christmas albums.
But Jim Henson did the Emmett Otter's Jug Band Christmas.
Right.
Was Henson. So I mean, I guess I could have gone that direction, but I didn't because I'm not a big fan of it.
That's okay.
But anyway, you guys teased something earlier, and I wanted to reveal something here for everyone as you talked about, our Patreon and all these giveaways that we do. And because I'm the one who goes out and, finds these really cool things for us to give away, we do what we call our pop-up giveaways, which are Funko Pops that we do for every Patreon member every single month. We started it a few months back, and it's become very popular, so we just keep doing it. So I have the one for September, which I'm still waiting for someone to claim, which is Gus from Haunted Mansion. We did a spooky season 1.
Yeah.
And I recently just acquired our October one. So everyone listening to this episode who wants to join Patreon could potentially win the Dapper Donald Funko Pop, which is a part of the 90th anniversary of the birthday of Donald. So
And is
anyway,
he holding a
That's
heart
awesome.
candy box?
he is 100% holding a heart candy box, and he has a little walking cane as well with some
That's so
spats.
cute.
This is the coolest
Look at
Donald
dapper
I've
little
ever
Donald.
seen.
That's adorable.
Okay, I'm trying to think of what the name of the short was, but it was one of my favorite shorts. It played in like a clip, and it was Daisy. He's going to go pick up Daisy from a date, and Daisy's wearing this like off the shoulder, like sultry red dress, and she was working it. It's one of my favorite episodes between the two of them. I think they look so cute. But yes, Dapper Donald, man after my own heart, or duck after my own heart.
And I just want to be clear to everyone that a couple months ago, I did offer to buy Danielle one of these as well, and she turned me down. So don't
Because
think
I don't have pops.
Okay.
If it was the Orange Bird Funko Pop, then I could maybe say yes, but I'm trying to like go a little pop free right now.
Pop free.
Well, it's true because there's too much stuff that I have found too many Orange Bird things on eBay from Japan, and I cannot bring in Funko Pops and Japanese Orange Bird into my life at the same time. It needs to be one or the other. So it's bad.
Did I tell you all the story of I was at Disneyland with my daughter, and we were waiting to meet live action Ariel, and Emmy likes to get Funko Pop boxes signed by the characters. That's like her thing that she does. And I think it's really cool and unique. And we were in line, and there was a lady behind us, and she was like, "Oh, do you collect Funko Pops?" And I was like, "No, I only have like Clayton Kershaw from the Dodgers and Jimmy Dugan from, League of Their Own." And then I rattled off like 13 other Funko Pops that I had. And I was like, "Oh yeah, I guess I do."
Wait, I do collect them.
Funko
If you have
Pops.
more than
That's
10,
funny.
I'm pretty sure that's a collection.
If you can't
No,
remember the
it's
names
true.
of every single one that you have, it is a collection.
That's funny.
But they're fun and they're
Yes.
cool and the kids love them. Anyway, and they're relatively cheap. This was actually on sale at Target. It was 50% off. I thought it was like a
Nice.
mispricing. So I'm going to go back and buy a bunch more. Not
Dapper
for my collection.
Donald,
but
also
for other
very financially responsible, like a Dapper Danielle tries to be. Not so often, but she tries to be.
Anyway, I'm derailing this. You brought me in to play a game, and now I'm
Yes.
talking about Funko Pops and live
Danny
action
started his
Ariels.
own Ratatouille, so I
am.
love
It
it.
is.
Go
You
off.
know,
Yes.
it's guys, it's been over a year since I hosted an episode of this podcast, and I feel like there's just so much I need to say. No.
It's like, thank you, Megan Danielle. You're no longer needed. I am taking over the rest of the show.
This has been a
Right.
pleasure. I intentionally scheduled this for 8 o'clock so my children would be in bed and I could talk about Disney for 45 minutes. No. Anyway, we do have a game, and this game is super fun. So we were talking about this before we started recording, and if you know anything about me from this show or Christmas Countdown, you know I love alliterations, and I'm always trying to come up with the like massively merry, gigantically jolly. Like, it's just what I do, right? So
Y'all, it's a problem. He does it in the park too when we're walking around and looking at stuff. It's like a thing.
I call caramel caramel. It's just a thing that I do. I'm so sorry.
And Danny, what did we find out recently that it's officially pronounced as?
I haven't shared this publicly, Megan. I thought we were friends. This was a between us
We
thing.
are friends, and therefore the truth needs to be revealed.
Out him, out him, out him.
So, okay. I thought we were going to play a game here. Anyway.
We are. We're playing games with you.
Quit playing games with my heart. Hey, boy band reference. You're
Hey.
welcome. So anyway, I will out myself here. So I have an Alexa device in my kitchen, but it has a screen on it, right? And if anyone has a device like that, you'll see that Alexa will like to pop up like polls regularly, like throughout the day. And it's usually like mountains or, beach, hamburgers or hot dogs, really, silly polarizing stuff. Recently, and I swear to God, it felt like the universe was listening to every conversation I've been having, because Megan and I had this intense debate in Orlando about how do you pronounce it, caramel or caramel? And she's on the caramel train and I'm on the caramel train. And I was like, it's the right way to pronounce it. And so I kid you not, it was like a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, on my Alexa device, it says, how do you pronounce caramel? 2 syllables or 3? And I was like, you've got to be kidding me. And so I was like, I got a video. I got a video.
You had
of this.
to.
I had to. And so I videoed it and I was like, all right, Megan, here's the moment of truth. Because after you vote, it gives you the poll results of like what everyone's voting for. And so I clicked to like a normal person would. And it was like 67% 3 syllables to like 33% 2. And I was like, oh, you got to be kidding me. And
Granted, yes, it was a poll and it wasn't overwhelming, but
I need
like
Webster's
two-thirds.
dictionary pronunciation. That's what I need.
all right,
I
pulling it
know.
up. Hang on.
you got to look it up on Google and ask it to say the word. So we did this on season 1 of Christmas Countdown. Eric, I don't know if you've ever heard Eric pronounce the word onion. Eric was the other co-host of the show, season 1, but he pronounces the word onion with a G in it.
Oh, that's right. Onion.
He calls it an onion.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh, I like, green bean casserole with little onion strips on top. I said, whoa, hold on, go back a second. I said, what do you put on top of that? He goes, onions. I said, there's no G in onion. He goes, yes, there is. And I was like, no, there's not. And so I pulled it up on Google and I typed in onion and you can slow it down. It was like onion. He goes, oh my God. He goes, I played Shrek on the national tour. He goes, do you know that Shrek says onion in the show? And I said onion every single time. And I was like, I just love that your castmates were all sitting backstage, probably like, all right, here it comes.
Like, here it comes.
Anyway.
Check it off. Oh
all
my
that
God.
to say, apparently it's caramel. But
Got it, Megan.
I got it. Into the mic.
Okay.
Caramel.
That's not even, hang on.
But she didn't say caramel.
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 Caramel. Caramel
That's
is how
almost like
Google
it's-
says it.
it's almost
so
like a
phonetically, here, let
marriage.
me.
Caramel.
So it's phonetically KEHRUHMUHL. Caramel is how
Caramel.
Google
Now
pronounces
that's too
it.
many unnecessary letters that didn't
It's
be
too
in
many.
I understand
It's
it's
too
phonetic.
many.
If that's how you
But
pronounce
that is still 3 syllables.
it is, but caramel? Come on. That's
No.
like caramel and caramel had a child.
This is
That's like a way
It's-
to appease the people who pronounce it both ways, I think.
Totally. It's like this weird middle ground that I don't
know.
like. Yeah.
Anyway, well, what do you say we play a game? 12
Let's
minutes
play
later,
game.
folks.
Yeah.
So,
Let's go.
Insert the SpongeBob noise. 3 hours later.
I love that Chris has to edit this whole thing. Now we know why I'm the second favorite producer. So originally I was going to call this Sinister Sayings was what I was going to call this because I love alliterations. We're talking about top 10 villains. This is a Disney villain guessing game. But we were chatting before we got on here, and I thought, what if we called it Name That Tune? Because these are cartoon characters. I was like, that's pretty darn cute, right? And we would do this with the rules of the game show Name That Tune, and I'm going to tell you that there are, let's say, for example, let's say it's a quote from Maleficent, and in this quote from Maleficent, there's 9 words. And I'll say there's 9 words in this quote, and you have to guess the Disney villain. And you'll say, oh, I can name that in 5 words. But the other person will say, I can get that in 3. And so I'll give you the first 3 words. That could be one way we could play it. Or if you want to get spicy, I say the first word. If none of you get it, then I say the second word. If none of you get it, third, fourth, fifth, until somebody dings in.
Until we ding, ding, ding. Okay.
Yeah, which one do you like better?
Oh, man. Either way, but maybe the second way. Maybe because it's, that sounds very like villainous and like
Immediately in the chat, get spicy.
get spicy. Get spicy for spooky season.
I mean, it is 12:15 on the East Coast, so if there were ever a time to get spicy,
Let's go.
Well, this is
It's
because
not.
it's my
All
time
right.
to shine. The werewolf version of Danielle has come out. Ooh, and I'm ready.
okay.
This
All
is
right, so
primo
that's what we're
Danielle
going to do.
time.
We're going to go one word at a time. So what I would advise you do is if you have a pen and paper or something, because I'm going to give you one word, it's going to be up to you to start to string together, because I won't read the previous word again. So
Yeah,
like
got
say
it.
the quote is like, I don't know, go for a long walk off a short pier, which is not in a Disney movie ever. I would give you the word go. Then I would
Okay.
say for. Then I would say A. I wouldn't go for A. So you guys are going to have to sort of track this as we go.
I got
Danny
it.
knows
Okay.
that Danielle's dyslexia is very strong, and she will mess up the words unless she has it written down. So thank you.
Did somebody just take a piece of paper out of like a 3-ring binder?
Yeah, that was me. Sorry.
No, it actually, no, it sounded like, do you remember when you were like in school and you had to like pop open the thing and
Yep.
you take like this sheet of, that's what it sounded
Yep.
like to me.
I got a little ASMR going. That was great.
Yeah. Wait, do you have a 3-ring binder there?
No, it's not a 3-ring binder. It's just a notebook with this. So I took this little bookmark and it went like it like.
Oh God, I was so hoping you had like my
We still
show
need to make
binder.
that as a
I
bonus
have
episode.
binders still. Oh yeah, they're around. They're somewhere. Yeah.
Oh my God. Oh, this is fun. All right. 15
Okay, we're
minutes.
ready, Danny.
15 minutes later, let's play a game. All right. So now that we got the rules figured out, shall we get to it?
Let's,
ready.
Let's go.
Let's go.
And
All
I'm
right,
ready to the
All
ding,
right,
ding, ding.
I got 5 total. So here we go. So first one, we're going to start off. Okay. First word. The.
Okay.
Nobody has a guess? All right.
Hills are no.
That would be
Disney.
that would be a musical.
First thing that comes to my head. Okay.
starring Julie Andrews.
Right.
All right. Next word. Most. Any guesses?
The most.
Nobody?
Ooh. Huh? Okay. No.
Beautiful.
And yet,
And all of these lines are delivered by Disney villains. You have to give me the villain.
Ding.
Is
Yes.
it? Oh.
Gaston.
That is correct. The most beautiful girl in town. That makes her the best. And don't I deserve
I was
the
about
best?
to
The best?
say it. She dinged in first.
Nicely
Nice
done.
job.
That was impressive.
Okay. Okay.
All right, here we go. Next one. First word. Miserable. Darling.
Ding ding ding.
Yes.
Oh no, I don't know. Is it Ursula?
No.
Dang it.
No.
Wait, is it Cruella?
We didn't ding.
Ding, ding, ding. Is it Cruella?
It is Cruella de Vil.
I was
Yes.
cheating. Sorry.
Absolutely
I
miserable,
know.
darling.
As usual, perfectly wretched. Nicely done. All right, next up, we're going to go... I have so many great ones here. Okay. You really should have thought of that.
Oh, ding, ding, ding.
Yes,
Yzma.
that is Yzma. Nicely done.
You should have thought
You
that
really should
before
have
you
thought of that
became
before you
peasants.
became
Take
peasants.
them away.
That was good. That was
Oh,
good.
that's great. Okay, here's an easy one. You ready?
Okay.
The world is dark and selfish.
Ding.
Yes.
Bowler hat guy.
Bowler hat guy.
No.
It's not Meet the Robinsons. I
It's
was
not.
thinking exactly. Danielle,
I
you and
thought
I
it
are on
was
the
too.
you and I are same page right now.
All right. So the world is dark and selfish and
Oh, that's Frollo.
No.
It's not?
No, Frollo's is the world is cruel. The world is wicked.
Cool. That's right.
Yeah.
Dang it.
I do have a Frollo.
I can pull
quote
that
right
out of my
here.
hat. I don't know how I did that. That was impressive on my part.
Yeah.
The world is dark and selfish and cruel.
Dark and selfish and cruel. Oh, is this
If-
Mother Gothel?
It is Mother Gothel. Nicely done.
Let's go. Let's go.
Dark.
Ding,
If
ding,
it finds
ding,
even
Mother
the
Gothel.
slightest ray of sunshine, it destroys it.
Ah, okay.
There it is.
There it is.
That's the
These are
quote.
kind of obscure.
There she
okay,
is.
here. One more. Here we go.
Okay,
Let's
okay.
go. I feel like we started off hot and then I got into these challenging ones. Let me see if I can find one. Okay, here we go. The power! Exclamation point.
Jafar. Ding, 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 Jafar.
That is correct.
Nailed it.
The absolute power. There you go.
I'm
Boom.
killing you.
Oh my gosh, that was so much fun. Got a little hard, right?
That was challenging. Yeah.
A little challenging, but y'all
Yep.
are impressive as always. Honestly, like if somebody had read these Disney quotes to me, I would have never known what they were.
But you,
So
you
nicely
saw
done.
our thinking faces. Like we there for a moment, we were really like
Really
trying to
looking in the
process
back
and
of the
decide what it
brain.
was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
You guys crushed it. Well,
Thank you.
thank you. This was a blast, and can't wait to hear who your top 10 villains are.
All
Thanks,
right,
Danny.
We'll talk to you later, Danny.
See ya.
All right. Well, that was a hard game. That really made me think a little bit on that one. And I don't know. You know what else was hard was deciding this list, Megan. Were you able to decide this easy peasy, or were you overthinking it like I normally do?
I definitely went back and thought about people that I had missed and just trying to make sure that I included everyone, really all the Disney villains possible, right?
Right.
Honestly, though, I've thought about it for quite a long time in my life, who my favorite villains are. It's a weird thing. Like I was never like a villain person, you know, but I like
Same.
I have this like knowledge that, yeah, I actually do know who my favorite villains are. So this was a relatively easy list to come up with for me. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. So
Well,
I'm excited.
I say you start us off then on this list, Miss Megan.
Can do. All right. So my number 10 for Disney villains is going to be dun, 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 Hans from Frozen. I mean, actually my husband and I just watched this movie 2 nights ago, and just rewatching it and being like, wow, because he was going like, I know this guy's he's the villain, right? Wait a minute, no, he's not the villain, is he? He kept doing that the entire movie, and he had already kind of seen
He was
it.
basically
He already
quoting
knew.
Am I the villain?
Am I the
Am
villain? I
I?
don't think I'm the villain. Exactly. And like, and I wasn't saying anything because I obviously know when it happens. But seeing that for the first time was so diabolical and crazy, and definitely this crazy twist that no one saw coming. And now you're watching it like, oh, of course he's the villain. He's faking it the whole time, but that's because obviously you know. he is such a diabolical dude, like truly.
Oh yeah.
And that was one of the craziest twists in a Disney movie when it came to figuring out who the villain was, because there really wasn't one. Elsa was the villain leading up to that, right? So yeah, I just think he's bad to the bone, man. And the way that it came out in the movie was pretty dang crazy. So that is why Hans is number 10 for me. Yeah.
That's
Southern
a good
Isles.
one. Okay. Oh,
All right,
and
what's
actually,
yours?
Brianna did ask in the chat before we get too much further, is this list including Marvel and Star Wars? And I think we're just including just Disney. And are we including Pixar in this list?
I did not include any Pixar because I don't like any Pixar villains.
Wow. Okay.
I don't. They all annoy the bejesus out of me. I'm sorry. And my brain immediately goes to the one from Up because he like crawls under my skin, man. Ugh, don't like that guy.
You're like, I don't even like I know he's the villain, but I don't even like him as a villain.
I don't like him absolutely not. He cray. I'm staying far away from him. Anyway,
if there was a true villain, it was the dog with the squeaky voice.
He's
thing was
doggy,
broken.
though. He doesn't know any better.
Exactly.
I would say you totally could include Pixar, but I did stick to Disney animated. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I think I have one character from Pixar, but I think I will save it for our bonus episode.
Oh, okay, that's fair.
Because they were like right there on the cusp, so they could be in the top 10, but I'll save them for the bonus because I do think they fit in the list.
Yes.
But I will save them for that. So that
Sounds
means
good.
if I move them down and I move them up, that means my number 10 is going to be Cruella de Vil.
Nice.
Yes. I mean,
Well,
just
not
for her
nice.
sense of fashion. I mean, her meet and greet character, I think, is really what has put her on the list, is how she interacts in like Disneyland. Her as a character, love her. I just
She's
don't
fantastic.
like the puppy part. I don't like the fact that she's going after the puppies. That's not good.
No,
but you got to admit, she is a fashion icon.
She truly is. She is. And when the Emma Stone movie, I'm a big fan of. I could rewatch that over and over again. I like that movie a lot. And she is indeed a fashion icon in that film. But yeah, you could argue that one of the reasons for putting these villains on your list is how villainous are they? How bad are they? And Cruella is bad to the bone. She is a like puppy unaliver, right? Or like a wannabe puppy unaliver to make her little coats. So that's bad to me as a dog lover, animal lover through and through. She is bad, man. Like, so I get it.
And that's where I was like, she needs to make the list, but I'm going to put her at number 10.
I like it. Very good choice. Very, very good choice. And yes, totally agree. Her meet and greet character is one of the best to see in the parks. She's
for sure.
She's hilarious. Well, yay. Okay. Starting off strong here. Let's see. Number 9. My number 9 is going to be Mother Gothel. And it's kind of surprising that she made my list because she's not my fave, obviously. Yeah. Just because, she's grown on me over the years. When I first saw Tangled, I truly did not like her as a villain. She bugged me a little bit. The whole wanting to stay young. I'm like, ugh, whatever. Like, relax. Why'd you have to steal a baby for that? But that's also why she's in the top 10.
I feel like we overreacted a little bit. You did steal a kid.
You stole a child. Freaking crazy lady. But that is a reason now that I would put her in my top 10 because she truly is, very evil, keeps Rapunzel locked in a tower her entire life and for her own selfish gain. And will stop at nothing to make sure that she keeps her, for her to stay young. And again, a lot of this does have to do with their meet and greet characters. Seeing her at Oogie Boogie Bash, she unfortunately was not there as a meet and greet this year. She was in the parade, but her meet and greet character was always really, really fun to interact with. So that is also why she's top 10.
That's a good one. That is a good one.
All right. What's your number 9?
Right. My number 9, I think some people are going to be very confused by. But yes, he did make my list. It's King Candy from Wreck-It Ralph.
Oh, that's a good one. No, that is a good one. He's evil, man.
Right. And he has the same thing of like, you're like, okay, maybe he's just being overly protective of his video game. And you don't suspect him until close to beyond halfway through the movie.
Yeah.
And when they announced that he was the glitch and that he was the virus. I thought that was so well done. I loved that storytelling aspect of him. And I liked that he was the master of disguise. If you really think about it, like compared to some other villain characters, he's the only one that truly hid his identity. And I thought that was so cool. I loved the backstory of it. I thought that was cool. And that's why he had to make my list at number 9.
That's really, really good. Very, very deceiving. And at the end, you find out just how just how evil he is, you know? So I think it's a great choice. I like it. Very nice.
Thanks.
Well done. Well done. King Candy is not in my list, so I'm glad you included him.
That's okay. He's on mine.
Oh, yay. Okay, well, let's see. Number 8, going down to is Hades, which is another movie that we watched recently, me and my husband. I have always loved Hercules as a movie and each of the characters. Hades was always like, he was always an interesting villain to me because yes, I knew he was evil. He's the Lord of the Underworld. So naturally he is evil, but he was also really funny as a kid, you know, watching him in Hercules. Like his one-liners were funny growing up.
And they were great quotes alone.
Great quote. Still stuff that you would quote today. And it's just very entertaining. So yeah, I don't know. I always just liked Hades as a villain. So he had to be top 10. And yes, he's Lord of the Underworld, so he is evil, and that's why I included him. So he was also fun to interact with this year for the first time at Oogie Boogie Bash.
Yes, I loved the video going around of the girl. She had a fantastic Meg cosplay. And his interaction, and he was like, "Meg, my sweet little nut, Meg," and I was like, "Oh, he said the quote. Did you see that? He said the quote.
he said the thing. That was the movie.
He did the thing. He did for the movie. That was great.
So good. Yeah. So there's number 8 for me. How about for you?
All right, y'all don't come at me in the comments. Don't come at me right now in the video. Just don't do it. It's Alameda Slim from Film on the Range.
I knew an obscure one was going to make it.
I thought King Candy was pretty obscure too, right? But so Alameda Slim gets my number 8 spot purely for the fact that he is the only villain that yodels.
He is a yodeler, isn't he? Yeah.
He is. He doesn't sing, he yodels. And I also really love his sidekicks, his nephews. And I love how ditzy they are. And I think maybe it's because here recently I really had a bond with Alameda Slim, because there's that moment where he puts on the disguise and then the nephews are just like, what'd you do with Uncle Slim? And he's like, hello, it's me. That's what happens whenever I take my glasses on and off. Like, it's like I take them off and they're just like, what'd you do with the Dapper Danielle? And I'm like, hello, it's me.
Still me.
It's still me.
That's
And so I think me and Slim, we really bonded in that way. And that's why he's my number 8.
Oh my gosh, that is fantastic. I had a feeling something from Home on the Range or some other movie was going to end up, and there it is. That's you know, it's still a great choice.
What's unfortunate is I do know most of the words of the yodel too, and I think it's fantastic.
That
like
is
his
fantastic.
his song, iconic.
Amazing. I'm gonna have to listen to it. That's great. Okay. Too good. All right. Well, my number 7 is gonna be. Well, this is probably a surprise to no one that she is on this list. It's Yzma from Emperor's New Groove. I love her. She's so iconic. She's cruel. She's mean, and but still, I don't know. It's just so iconic. There's not much you can say about it. Just like her blunders here and there, and you know, trusting Kronk and everything when he's kind of an idiot, and like, but she's still on the warpath to being the leader of, you know, and it's she's just great. I like her one-liners are pretty good too, and yeah, fingers crossed. I'm hoping they make a character for her or something for Halloween like next year, because y'all, 25th anniversary, Emperor's New Groove is next year, so maybe she'll
Or just get
be
Kronk.
somewhere. Or just get Kronk, right? I know.
Right?
Did you see that we used to have a Cusco? We used to have a llama Cusco walking around DCA way back when. And so I know it's doable, but
Well, and we know there is the mask versions of Cusco and of Yzma that do exist out there.
They
If we could get a
exist.
face me and Greek character,
How fun would that be?
that
I
would be pretty cool.
lose my mind.
Yeah.
So yeah, Yzma is at number 7.
That's a pretty good one at number 7.
Thank you. How about you?
My number 7 is going to be one of my favorite outfits that I've ever done, and that's going to be Madame Medusa from The Rescuers.
She's great. I had a feeling she would be on your list too. Yeah.
I was deciding if she needed to actually move up further on the list just because of how truly villainous she is.
Mhm.
I mean, her Mother Gothel literally kidnapping kids to be able to get what they want. And I think that is the ultimate like awful thing that you could do besides going after puppies and trying to like get their coats.
Kidnapping kids, doing anything to animals, big time evil. Yeah. Mhm.
Right.
Mhm.
Well, and I think the way it was done in Rescuers made it so much more real
Mhm.
also, because Penny was a little bit older and was able to try to like fight her little way, like trying like gave Sass back because she knew what was happening was wrong. I
Mhm.
think that was made it even more frightening. Besides like Rapunzel, who was completely manipulated since birth,
Right.
and didn't know any better.
Thought that was her
I think-
mom. Yeah.
Right, that was her mom.
Uh-huh.
There wasn't any weird emotional bondage trauma there.
Right.
So that's why Medusa sitting there at number 7, just because I love the animation of her. I love dressing
Mhm.
up at her, and she has some really great quotes, and
Mhm.
she's crazy. So
She's
that alone,
crazy.
she's at number 7.
Nice choice. Okay. I like it. Well, thank you all so much for listening to us on this episode. We do have our number 6 coming up, but we do appreciate it. If you like what you hear, if you agree with our choices, of course, we got more countdowns coming for you, but please send us a message, leave us a review. We really do appreciate it. Thanks to our live chat for being here as well this evening. But okay, number 6, rounding out 6 through 10. It's going to be a little anticlimactic because it is Cruella de Vil. She needed to be just a bit higher on the list for me because of her just weird need for the puppies. I'm like, girl, relax. It's like, why puppies? I really did like the prequel, the retelling of how Cruella came to be, with the Emma Stone movie that came out a few years ago. I really liked that movie. It also kind of those live actions definitely humanize the villains, and
Right.
seeing like her backstory that they kind of created was cool. Her in the animated version, very very much different, and I think also the Glenn Close version, she is pretty evil in those movies as well.
Yeah.
So
Well, it's that alone is what's the audio again on TikTok? I'm gonna just quote TikTok audios tonight. It's traumatized is 100% Cruella.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, she is in fact evil. It's in her name. So Cruella de Vil is number 6 for me.
All right.
Don't hurt the puppies. I swear.
Don't hurt the puppies. Don't go
No.
after the puppies.
No.
Well, okay. So number 6 for me. This one was a little hard of deciding also of like how do I want them in my top 5.
Right.
Number 6 is going to be Jafar.
Nice.
And because he is the villain that probably got the closest to what he wanted.
Yeah.
He was emperor for a moment before he got overzealous and decided he wanted more.
Yep.
Or he was the sultan. Sorry, let me correct
the
that.
sultan,
He was
yeah.
the sultan for a moment before he got overzealous, and he's like, "No, I want the world." And then you got itty bitty living space. So for that, Jafar's sitting right there at number 6 because he had a cool parrot, he had a cloak, and a great outfit with the turban, and I think that's why he's number 6.
It's a good one, a really good one. Jafar is pretty dang evil, man. He for lack of a better word, skeeves me out a little bit, and that's why he's not in my top 10 at all, because I get the ick around Jafar, and it's a bad ick. It's like, to get as far away from me as possible. Because I just him like his weird relationship with Jasmine was like so it even creeps me out to this day.
Yeah.
It grosses me out. So but in that respect, in that way, Jafar is very very villainous villain, you know. So
You love to hate him.
you love to hate him. I do love to hate Jafar. That's
Yeah.
for sure.
Well, I guess we should go ahead and say this for those that made it this far into the episode. If you are listening this far, guess what? We are having the actors that currently perform Jafar and Iago over on in Broadway for Aladdin are going to be joining us for the next episode, and they're going to be sharing their top 5 favorite Disney villains. And I'll be interested to see what they say.
Me
I'm
too.
excited for this one, y'all.
It's gonna
that'll
be
be in the
fun.
next episode.
Yes, it's going to be a blast. We are so excited to count on our 1 through 5 with them, and also share our 1 through 5 choices as well. So it's going to be fun for spooky season. We're very excited for this theme. But again, thank you all so much for listening. We really appreciate you being here. And until we see you next time, have a very magical day.
And night night, sleep tight, dream of churros tonight. Is he going to be angry that I put Jafar at my number 6?
Oh, oh. I didn't put it in my countdown at all. So
Just don't tell him when we interview him. Just don't
I'm not
say
gonna
anything,
say
Megan.
it. To have your name at the end of our new episodes and to receive a bunch of magical perks, please check out our Patreon via the link in the episode notes.
Or visit patreon.com/Disney Countdown Show. We'll see you there.